let's do this. So last time we got a not guilty verdict, but it still felt a bit fishy by the end of it. But here we are, episode 4.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious, I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than the day, even in the middle of the night. With all the enormous beds, after my time in the SS Bury, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. I spent the entire night rolling from side to side on the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops, sorry about that. But the building was so impressive and the entrance was so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. In a lodging house in Japan, the sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't keep my tears when we were presented with the bill. I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. London is a scary place. Ah, good morning to you this early hour. Oh, yes, wow! Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. I'm come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Susana-san is amazing. She does about an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been apprised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Yay. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than the practical experience. I'm sure. I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were we hoping for? The fact that it ended so weirdly. The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. Well, Lord Von Sykes, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Oh boy. I just can't help wondering if Mr. Megioda really was innocent. Mr. Naruto, it's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you didn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Magnus Megioda passed away, immediately following the trial. No! What? Mr. Megioda is dead? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Yeah, Mr. Megioda's death. I don't understand what happened. How could he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime, which Mr. Megioda had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No! How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak, but already... The police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of Megioda. It's awful! The man must have slipped inside while the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. The bailiff really needs to pay more attention. How could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. Megioda did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. Well, I must be making tracks now. Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge, I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But who was Mr. Megioda talking to about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Poor Mr. Megioda. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... Wow! Mr. Naruto means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, Sato-san has such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world! Learn all you can! The most advanced in the world, is it? Oh, it was fortunate that your very first try was a simple affair. Simple? That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I still find it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much, at least, is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I prepared a new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? So about this new case. Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me it's a murder, and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry. It's nothing so alarming or quite as urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? That is to say, no one has died, as yet. Oh! And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. It's tomorrow, isn't it? 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. So the trial's tomorrow then. Great. Is everything alright? Oh, yes! Just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, well, it left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in a courtroom again after Mr. Pagoda's trial. Yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh! If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. If that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yes, that's right. Here we go again! Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits. As I mentioned 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time! And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something that you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asagi. I would be interested to hear exactly what you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked, so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Oh. Another thing. Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he ever made it to the Great Britain during that time. Well, thank you for enlightening this session. Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Asagi never once mentioned any of this sort of to me. I urge you to both focus your attention on the matter at hand. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck, and bid you farewell. Okay. There's something very important I have to do, Kazuma-sama. What did you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Hello, good sir. Could we trouble you? What do you think? Huh? Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Huh? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know. But Sonison told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes that you are talking to. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And not because some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? It's my reputation in the yard going to tatters. There's no need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. Eh? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. Eh? It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It's unreasonably fine. It's unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable! How did you pull it off? So, Lord Stronghead has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? What's the matter with Sasada-san? Does this detective's name mean something to her? So about Inspector Gregson. Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Mrs. Sato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact. Very well. Yes, he's featured prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rand's magazine? That's right, Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've heard his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of all the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words. That's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't practically known for giving compliments, you see. That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation in the yard went through the roof. Well, that's wonderful. No, it is not! There is nothing more citizen than that man on the street! People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Rumors? Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. I'm as sure as eggs is eggs. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear, perhaps a sudden rise of fame does change people. So about this case. Well, about the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the Yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious. That's despicable. What kind of coward would attack the poor woman from behind? Suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a Sasada takedown, would you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Raise yourself, you're not scared. You're angering her now! Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had the time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit, right? Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question. Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Huh? Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecution to decide this trial tomorrow is Lord Berg von Zykes. No! Not again! Sounds like you've heard of him then. We're very familiar with Lord Van Zykes. Believe me, the harbinger of death itself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Oh, great! Lord Baron von Zykes, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGill told us about him before the trial, didn't he? When Van Zykes stands for prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that it? Well, if that's the case, we should inform the Inspector that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zykes, that the Nihilist secured a verdict of not guilty. And what of it? Huh? I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus Matilda came a crupper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? What? What are you saying? Look, if Enzymes could get the donut to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles. He works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. So basically, he's not quite Von Karma levels, but he's up there. Are we really supposed to believe that? That like just even if they're found not guilty, they're still damned. Right. Well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there. It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place. That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over there to the holding cells, you can beat the criminal himself. You branded him a criminal already? He's as good as shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is, and he'll give you a good chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. Okay. Well. Give me a second. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper. Reaper, the Bailey, they say. Sorry about that. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruto? To tell you the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too. But the man that is arrested is innocent. If you will imagine, he would be shaken like a leaf in his cell. And everyone wouldn't find the sight of that funny. If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think that you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes. Let's go. Alright. I actually want to see our... see whoever it is first. Who is this guy? Cell 9. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruto, you're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in this cell here, but it's so dark in the back there I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53! Inmate 53! Your legal representation is here to see you! Stop idling at the back of the cell and show your face at once! Am I a cat?
Yeah. Am I a cat? Yeah. With no name. Only my number. It's utterly unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I refuse to answer.
I don't know.
Meow.
Mr. Naruto, what? What do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. What? Excuse me, but who? Shh! Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you who exactly? There you are. You got to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost. We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams! Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land! So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most fundamentally moving moment! Who could have guessed that it is the quiet Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? What kind of compassion, my dear fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student! Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon! First-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's something I'm misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can! I will! Shut, say, solid, and silence! I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susanoo Mikotoba. I am a visiting student, sent here by our government. Notably, notorious named Natsume! Soseki Natsume. Well, here's my armband. Yes! The civil war of great empire's first-rate lawyers! Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side, you'll defend me! No, sorry, that wasn't why I was showing it to you. Then why else would you show me that? In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. Oh man, I'm sad you can't examine this place, but oh well. And I'm sad there's not like a guard in the background that you could look at. Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san. No! Don't be so prosaic! It's much more refined than that! And haiku, that really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this? It's beyond the pale! Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But! Just because the government tells you to do something, doesn't mean you can do it? No! What do you mean? If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no! They told me to study the English language! Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable! I see. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi! You must be a man of great standing. Oh yes, so I'm often told. And often like to be told, it seems. So what's this accusation? Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder! Murder? Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife! Right before my eyes! Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why? Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London! That's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient! Holy cow. So Saseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. So, about this case. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear with heavy fog. I've been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure that bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just when I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet! How terrible! I caught up to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard! Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as far as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. No, don't say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Sasaki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that! I'm indifferent, shy, timid, unsure! I can't talk to people! I see. A young woman unknown to Sasaki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great! So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? Huh? What conundrum? So about this conundrum... What do you mean, Sasaki-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Sasaki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says he didn't know the victim, and there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did! Well, if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah! You! What did you just say? Nothing! I didn't say anything! Perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Saseki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police even ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right. It was him. An accursed great detective. He led the police to me! All the bad luck! Accursed great detective? Could it be? I never should have get that man's name as long as I live! With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness! Brash, big-headed, busybody! May you be cursed with it until the end of your days, Hairlock Sholmes! I knew it. Mr. Sholmes? Hairlock Sholmes. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing at it on a silver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in the door. They started shouting at me. This is the police. Put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't even eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils! You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That's Hairlock Sholmes. It's actually just Hairlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the crazy thing you been rolling out! And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm a knife-wielding madman! Me, this weak, stupid kitten of a man! I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Shulb's deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic and they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and rambling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English! Frank Major's Ford fled Flammery! Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had that answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just repeated things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. The next thing I knew, I was in medicals! And before I knew it, I was running here! Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine? He's not fine now! Oh boy. It's Naruto Esquire! Oh, you can just call me Naruto. And when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright, yes, they really got me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you, to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I have defended a case of the Old Bailey only the one, though. This moment's time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Son. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But for that op-ed, the mark of a defense lawyer is from a great empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me. Goodness, why? Why would you say that? For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm a fool. I don't look as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Saseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Not someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing at me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Saseki-san, it's just that. Give me a little time, please. Huh? I'll do what I can, for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Look up, student, Mr. Naruto Esquire! We should be going then, Naruto-san. We have a case to prepare for. Alrighty then. Okay, well, Briar Road. Oh cow! This is the most British backdrop I've seen in a while. Hey, it's Snowman! So, this is where it happened. Briar Road. Ah, look! Mr. Naruto! A snowman! Look at that regulation metal helmet! It's unmistakable! It's the men of Scotland Yard in here! They're investigating as we speak! That is their job, you know. but Mr. Haruto, to see it with my own eyes. Seriously? There are the Detective of the Adventures of Hairlock Sholmes, but I never dreamed I'd ever come this close. A real Bobby's helmet. What? The helmet? Of course. I have to try one on these days. Oh, I hope your Hattie dream comes true. Oh, hello. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Oh, Inspector Gregson. This isn't on the tourist trail. As I'm fairly sure you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells then. What do you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The vote's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion. The stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart, London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air. That makes it worse somehow. Keep pressing the wrong button. Inspector Gregson, did I show you this? Am I supposed to know what that is? I've never seen that insignia before. It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan. It's as a symbol of the profession. In other words, it's a worthless trinket here in Great Britain. Oh, no, it's very important to me. It shows my spirit. An English gentleman keeps things like his spirit very close to himself, I'll have you know. Oh. Don't give up, Mr. Naruto. It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already. Hey, Coach. Oh, let's assault in your carriage. They use vehicles like to rush the crime scene to cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's been a long dream of mine to ride in one of those on the streets of London. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it, wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way... Help me find a good stone. No, I wasn't serious! Oh, I can do the snowman. What a delightful snowman. I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though. Oh, it has a scarf. Look. You'd need one if you were to we're out in the freezing cold I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his. Well, the person who made the snowman certainly would. Yes, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred. Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anyone where the attacker could have been hiding. Oi! What are you foreigners Oi! What are you foreigners doing here? Well, here's the investigating scene, officer. Conspiring with the most film in Japan, are you? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence of you! Get out of here before you get your eye! God! He shooed us away like rats. Yes, we should give him a wide berth, I think. What a disappointing experience. Hey, bruh. That's one of the officers from Scotland Yard. The police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. I think we're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cover for sure. Oh no, I'm not getting caught out again. Not twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing of what's going on. Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does no favors at all. So this bicycle. Oh, a British bicycle, look! Although the wheel is misshapen. I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some more breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off the firm ground seems reckless. If you ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, I know you'd agree with me. We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You could sit behind me while I hire a bicycle sometime. You could sit behind me while I ride you around. That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. Well, time certainly has taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. We must find some cheap lodging ourselves. Cheap, but ideally with reasonable level floors. So, hey, so what got started in the yard? Tell us what's got in the yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am. Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Big on the Bobby's hard going, I can tell you. Oh, really? First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses all the laborers on its feet so they can get off to work. Huh? He wakes people up? Yep. Raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit. I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. Wait, they had to wake people up back in the day? After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance. Can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. I mean, 20 miles, that is like, I mean, let me see. 20 miles, that's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. Oh right, yeah, they had to light up the lamps, like, manually. Jeez, man, this was like, oh gosh, oh my, and I suppose in between all the duties, Bobby's are expected to investigate cases as well, and chase after criminals trying to evade the law. I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit. I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish the dream to you, Mr. Nahodo. Your heavy heart will be my heavy head. Will be my heavy head if you do. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago, just there in the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned she's being treated in hospital. I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's the odd policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We'll gladly accept it. Alright, local map. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head-scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also charming not to have claiming doesn't see anyone around, but just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure. How? Because, ma'am, the brief moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. What? We had 2 very reliable witnesses, no less. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. There were witnesses now? So about these witnesses. What are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife, and the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from Scotland Yard. A policeman? That might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked? Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby, catching them bang in the act, and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Be my guess. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh. I've no doubt he'd be something as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to. That's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. A policeman witnessed the incident. And your judicial assistant, I must warn you this could make our job very difficult indeed. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could warn me of that too. Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Mr. Sherlock Holmes. What are you bringing him up for? Was it something I said? The color is drained from his cheeks. Who did you hear that name from? Oh, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was a result of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational Greek deduction. Fiddle faddle! The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. Oh, I don't know where he gets the information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He's a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble jabble. Huh? Ever seen this before? Oh, yes, that's Rand's magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears. Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. The so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask one of the Yard, is a misadventure to be included in any of Sherlock Holmes' tale at all. Oh wow, it's raining hard outside. Well, I suppose there is an element of that. We work our socks up, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to an obnoxious detective. The man is as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all criminals. That can't really be true, can it, Inspector? Clearly the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well, makes no difference to me, but I will say this. No London lawyer would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no going to save that man. Now, it's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though. Sorry? The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for good years now. Yes, we did hear something about that to that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The master criminals. The violent ones. Master criminals? The violent ones? Moriarty or something? That's right, he handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, Sunshine. Yes, this young woman was stabbed, but he didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into. Or, for want of a better phrase. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's gotta be more to it. Some reason he's taken an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial. Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it? Oh boy! Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Oh, yes, what of it? What is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are we just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Sholmes again. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's addresses, even. It's Baker Street. How do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street. It's the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. I mean, it's a bad idea for fans to go to the address, is the thing. Like to go to their hero's address. It's a really bad idea. Like, don't do it. We better try and find our way there before Susanoo-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hurrah! Also in the carriage. So we'll have a reunion already with the great detective Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Alrighty then, let's go. A new location's been added. Alright! Sholmes Suite. I hope it's a sweet suite. Ooh, cutscene.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day. Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I swear if he moved out, this will be very anticlimactic. Oh, wow. Wow, this place is busy. There's so much to look at here. So this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Wow. Whoa. That is... Is it as described in the stories, Mrs. Sato? Mrs. Sato-san? Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears in the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel the heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, I suppose I can, yes. So you don't mind... I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me. She's obsessed. Okay, well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anybody home? Hashimash. I'm like, oh, do we have a visitor? Oh, it's you. Oh, is it a big case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello. Okay, wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. I'm sure it's the same girl. Mrs. Sato, did you see the girl who was just here? Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case. The King of what? Wheria? When King Wilhelm Gustrich Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment, and look over there. Indeed rude, and I have a freshly baked cake as well. Ah! It's you! I knew it. Susanoo-san recognizes her too. Yep, it's her. Ah, there you are. What? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mrs. McGilden's trial at the defendant's antechamber. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you only just arrived in London. Oh, yes, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. Oh, thank you. Is he supposed to look that color? My, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's the winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here, and you must have another ticklish trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man? I do wish you lots of luck. Wait, did Mr. Sholmes tell you all about us by any chance? Oh, you know Hurley too? Do you? Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, Shirley? Mr. Sholmes was a great passenger was a fellow passenger on that boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he just returned from overseas. Wait a minute, we met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly after that, How on earth did she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, you think? And perhaps more to the point, why is she here with Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me, I haven't introduced myself, have I? It is a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley. I see. Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name. What? What's the matter? No, wait. This can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? What's the matter with the Susanna son? Why is he so flustered all of a sudden? Yes, that's right. And what are your names? Is she the daughter of the victim of the first case? Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. Mrs. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susanna Mikotaba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely. Susie and Runo. Got it. Susie? Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start. Yes, and so do I. She's only 10. Jeez. What a cow. I mean, I've heard weirder things. I need to look at this room. There's so much here! I feel like this fireplace is one of the best things I've seen since we've arrived in this country, in fact. Lingering beside the fire and watching the flames flicker and dance over the grate. Ah, it's so relaxing. You can't relax, not when there's so many interesting things on the mantelpiece. Oh, it's just as described in the stories! Is it? It is? Yes, exactly. Inside the Persian slipper, for example, are my chocolates for 11sies. And trying to think about that large jackknife is my shopping list for the market. Oh, it's not quite how I remember it being described in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Which is not a thought. She looks crushed. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. One entrancing collection. This is the first time in my life I've seen a lonely old shoe displayed as an ornament. Oh, those are all mementos that Hurley has collected from his past cases. Really, even the bust? Yeah, that's right. When the mood takes him, he likes to throw it on the floor and smash it to dust. The poor defenseless Emperor. Emperor Mrs. Sholmes destroys it? Yes, and then he buys a new one. You make it sound like he has the temperament of an insane sculptor. How entrancingly bohemian of him. What? What? He just buys a bust of Napoleon and just destroys it. Okay. It looks like the huge metal chest is what's being used at the table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you must go around opening things. I always had to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? Oh, it's that chest. It contains some of the most valuable things, and that smell tells me you're not going to give us any clue what they are. Uh-huh. A globe? There's all sorts of things all sorts on those shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. I keep telling Hurley not to cram so much on those shelves. Good advice! He wanted to look something up in one of those books, like, a while ago. But it was so tightly wedged in, he couldn't get it out, so he went and bought a new copy instead. Oh my gosh! Oh, I get. Oh, wow. What on earth is that big black lump over there? Ah, that's a fascinating thing. It's called a typewriter. It's a machine that allows you to write on paper without needing a pen. Oh, and wizardly quickly, too. Ooh, that sounds like it could be very useful for someone like me with a terrible handwriting. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. Oh yes, but don't touch any of those. They might explode. Explode? Are they exotic chemicals to use them for exciting experiments? Yes, indeed. And as Hurley always says, chemistry is an explosive science. Sorry? I agree, a single discovery can trigger an explosion of innovation all around the world. Or perhaps he just meant it literally. Either way, mental note, do not touch any bottle that belongs to Iris. What's that? Ah, that's my blackboard where I note down ideas. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Black Peter? What does that mean? Don't you want to hear what Iris has to say, Mr. Naruto? I'll come back to that blackboard later. This is probably her side of the room. What a beautiful English tea set. So neatly arranged. It's a favorable pastime of mine, a cup of herbal tea in the afternoon. Tea made of herbs? That's right. I grow all sorts of herbs in the garden, so I can experiment with different blends. One moment, don't go away. I'll brew a pot of the special blend I came up with earlier today. She looks delighted. I only hope it's safe to drink. I'm sure she tested it. I'm glad that there's not really much. Like, there's so much to look at, but there's also not much at all. But it's nice that they keep it all, like, bundled up here. What is that thing? What on earth is this huge, over-the-top machine? That's a great analytoscope. It can analyze anything. Really, anything at all. That's absolutely incredible. It's one of Hurley's inventions. It took him a whole year, and he said it was to help him with his investigations. What sort of things has he analyzed with it, do you know? Well, actually, he hasn't used it for anything yet. What?! Oh. Why not?! Apparently, on the evening he finally completed it, it suddenly occurred to him, I don't actually have anything I need to analyze. Oh dear. How about you, Renault? Do you have anything you'd like to analyze? The only thing that springs to mind is this machine itself. Why does he have a skull? Does he play violin? I've seen pictures of Western musical instruments like this. It's called a violin, isn't it? Of course it is, Mr. Sholmes is renowned for his violin playing. Oh, really? Absolutely, it's often explained in the story. It's inspirational, Mr. Naruto, inspirational! I immediately started playing the koto, which is the closest Japanese stringed instrument I could find. What a shame you couldn't bring it with you to London. Oh, yes, well, Papa was beaming when I asked him if he would buy me one, but after a while he asked if I would only practice when he was out of the house. So now it's merely an ornament in my room. That must have been an awkward conversation. Oh no! Seriously, this entire table is not... I mean, there's a lot of papers down here. Like, oh my gosh. I'm glad that my room, like, it looks kind of like how my room used to look like. I'm glad that my house is a lot more organized than this. So, Iris. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey. Yeah, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh, no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Like this? Ah, taking back now. You left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you? Oh yes, that awkward witness with Gina Lestrade. Oh, Ginny? Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found out. It was very naughty of her to pitch my invention like that. Are you referring to the trial-disrupting gun-like contraption? Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my invention. This girl is dangerous! Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry, your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Herlock. Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great detective has such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely. What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. Your roommates? I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Well, what of your mother and father? Oh, no, they're not around. Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. I think we might know about her father, but what in the world? Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of Legends of Sherlock Holmes, and oh, you have a copy of the Rance magazine? Yes, I've read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being read on the other side of the world! My stories? That's right, Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. I think they really are quite fascinating. It would have been such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness. Last night, he was telling me about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are the author? Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you'd like. I'm going to call this latest adventure the Speckled Band. Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar. Of course, I always change one or two details of the stories, here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story! Some poetic license are justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you? So, do you mean to say... Are these stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rance magazine... all written by me? Yes! My wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. Sounds getting more and more worked up. Yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I'm a doctor of medicine. No, at 10 years old? At 10 years old? Well, that's quite incredible. But Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the story to be more compelling. Oh. Are you saying that a little girl tagging along is not thrilling enough? Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow? That sounds amazing! that sounds like... I would read that! I suppose it does, yes. Poor Sasada-san. She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. About before... Yes? Oh, what's in your mind, Runo? Don't tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we've just arrived in London, I mean? Yes. Oh, and that we have a rather difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know that? Oh, what do you mean? Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted, although there really is no mystery. Now, let's begin. As a present, for a lot of good reading, spectacular. What? First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Bruno. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. But you also said we only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed a passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket. Oh, so I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. The Reaper of a Bat Bailey. I walked into that one, didn't I? And I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? They used those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. I didn't realize. And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So that told me that even though you had only yesterday, only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case. I see. But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours earlier, Hurley just solved yet another case. It's obviously amused him. They told me he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. A Japanese man? Well, that clearly must have been Mr. Natsume. And now Runo has that fancy Japanese sword, and I think that your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? And well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both can't come from Japan yourselves, so I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He's silly. And that's all there is to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was my one of my great deductions. Wow. Wow. Wow, though. Well, was it a winner? They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholm's delivery. Oh, well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that. That's really good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please. So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man. You were saying? Yes. Hurley just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. The great detective is a popular man, it seems. Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. Wait. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking man running away from the scene. like a short, shifty-looking stoop man? Mr. Natsume beyond any doubt. Saseki-san, like... Saseki-san said he didn't see anybody on the street at all. But it seemed there were witnesses after all. Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking stooped man shivering in fear. Mr. Sholmes' great deductions certainly hit the mark that time. Of course he did. He's a great detective. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it? Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crimes. Oh. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it apparently. Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. Ouch. That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsher reality of working with the most great justice system. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Saseki-san. Thank you for answering so many questions, Iris. This has been very informative. Oh, you're so much welcome. Oh, I had so much fun. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? Well, as you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about the case as well. Well, I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes, Mr. Natsume? Hurley said he was going to the man's lodging. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there? Yes, we know Inspector Gregson. Ah, goody. In that case, give Gregson this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What's that? A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems? Iris's postcard. It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it? Oh, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Well, good luck then. I'm gonna return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back soon. We'll be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruto, it's back to the scene of the crime. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all, we headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. To be continued. Oh boy. Oh wow. So, that's the first part of this case. The fact that the investigation is two parts is kind of crazy, but I'm guessing that we're going to be having another one of Holmes' deductions soon.